Welcome to the Bryght Podcast. This is the place where we're going to unlock the power within you to rise, lead, and thrive. I am Wilhelmina Stukker, and every week we dive into strategies that will help you build self-confidence and master your mindset and even grow your business skills. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur, a career-driven leader, or simply looking for more fulfillment in life, this is the place to be. So we're going to get ready to break through barriers, step into your greatness, and take action towards the life you deserve. I'm trying to keep these podcasts under 15 minutes. We all are busy. And at the end, I'm sharing with you some powerful affirmations to help you either neutralize or heal yourself from whatever situation we have been talking about. Let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about how to work with a narcissistic boss and when it's time to move on. This is not only about bosses, it's also about partners and family members and friends that show narcissistic traits. So stay tuned, okay? All right, let's start talking about working with narcissistic bosses. You can feel like navigating in a minefield when you're in that atmosphere. One day you're the star of the team and the next day you're walking on eggshells. Narcissistic leaders often crave admiration and resist feedback and take credit for others' works. While not every difficult boss is narcissistic, consistent patterns of manipulation, lack of empathy, and excessive self-importance are red flags that shouldn't be ignored. The reality is truly you may not always have the power to change your boss, but you do have the power to protect your peace, preserve your career trajectory, and eventually make a change. So here's how to survive and thrive. We're going to talk about that and how to know when it's time to move on. So let's talk about signs that you come across that make it clear to you that you're dealing with a narcissistic boss. They dominate conversations and redirect every topic back to themselves. It's all about them. Or they lack empathy, showing little concern for your workload, well-being, or personal life. It's really not interesting and they're very selfish. And also they take credit for your work, but are quick to assign blame when something goes wrong. So as long as you do their work, they're praising you and loving you, and you're in your family even. But when something goes wrong, you're the one to blame. They also gaslight or manipulate, making you doubt your own experience or memory. And they are hypersensitive to criticism, even when it's constructive or professionally delivered. So if you see these signs consistently, you're likely working with someone driven more by ego than leadership, no matter what they say. So let's talk about the emotional toll when work mirrors home. If you have ever lived with a narcissist, with a parent, partner, or family member, working for one can trigger old wounds and emotional patterns. It may feel very familiar, when you come across all these different interactions. You constantly second guess yourself, walking on eggshells to avoid triggering their anger, and you're hyper vigilant, trying to read their moods before they turn on you. And you also blame yourself for their behavior, thinking you could just do more, try harder, be better, because that's just what they want you to feel and believe. So this overlap isn't coincidental, it's conditioning. Narcissists often create a cycle of reward and punishment that trains you to prioritize their needs above your own. And when you have lived with that dynamic, it can feel normal, even though it's not healthy. Now, let's talk about understanding the parallel between your professional and personal experiences and how they can be a powerful wake-up call. It can also be the first step towards healing and reclaiming your self-worth in all areas of life. So let's look at strategies for managing the relationship. It's important to set boundaries, quietly but firmly. And you will understand that narcissists don't like to be told no. But you can protect your time and energy by creating subtle boundaries. For example, you might start blocking focus time on your calendar or communicate availability in a way that seems helpful, like saying, I'll circle back with a full update by 3 p.m. So you create your boundaries. Or you avoid emotional triggers. Don't try to win arguments or appeal to their sense of fairness. Narcissistic bosses often view emotions as weakness. So instead, keep your interactions neutral, factual, and strategic. And document everything. Keep writing records of meetings, assignments, and decisions, phone calls, etc. This isn't just about protecting yourself. It helps you maintain clarity in a confusing dynamic. Next to documenting everything, manage up strategically. With that, I mean, understand what your boss values are, his image, recognition, results that he values, and package your communication accordingly. It's very important that you are clear in your communication with what you have achieved or what you're focusing on or working on. I can give you some examples. I found a way to streamline this. It reflects well on our team's performance metrics. It's more effective than I worked really hard on this. Okay. Next to this, and this is the final point that I want to touch, is building a support network. It's very important, that you cultivate relationship with colleagues, mentors, and peers outside of your team that you trust. So you can have emotional and professional support, as this is crucial when you're dealing with a draining workplace dynamic. So when it's time to look for better opportunities, no work is worth sacrificing your mental health or long-term career growth. So if you care enough for yourself, if you value yourself enough, you know when it's time. And when you notice these following signs, it can kind of help you make up your mind and start creating your strategic exit plan. Some examples are, you dread work daily and feel physically or emotionally drained, or your self-esteem is eroding from constant criticism or neglect. Sometimes also, you're being professionally stifled, no growth opportunities, no credit, no recognition. It's simply draining. And also HR and leadership sometimes are complicit or unwilling to address toxic behavior and afraid of, what may be done to them, so that they don't truly act professionally and ethically. And finally, your values are being compromised. When that happens and you're becoming someone you don't recognize, it's truly time to start creating your exit plan and find something better. So, and if you escaped a narcissistic relationship at home only to encounter another one at work, this is your reminder. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone who refuses to see it. So, you can't change a narcissist, but you can change how you respond to them, and ultimately where you choose to share your talents. Working with a narcissistic boss might sharpen your resilience and communication skills, but long-term exposure to toxic leadership is not a badge of honor. It's a drain on your potential that you don't want, if you ask me. So if you are in a toxic situation and unsure where to go next, remember, your career should be a source of purpose and pride, not pain. You deserve to be led, not managed. Respected, not exploited. Empowered and not diminished. Think about those things. Value yourself. And the moment that you start believing that, your next opportunity is already within reach. And it may just be the first step towards a life fully free from narcissistic control. Recovering from narcissistic abuse takes time, compassion, and consistent affirmations of worth and truth. I'm going to share a few affirmations tailored to support healing from this kind of trauma. And you can write those down or listen back, but make sure to repeat it often. And a very powerful way to allow integration of this is saying these things while looking in the mirror. So you kind of, see your eyes and feel the words and help it transform your thought patterns. Okay, let's start with affirmations for reclaiming self-worth. Repeat after me. I am enough, exactly as I am. My value is not defined by anyone else's opinion or treatment of me. I deserve love, respect, and kindness. My voice and feelings matter. So when you start this is just, words that come out of your mouth, and you may not feel anything with it yet, but it's truly important to feel these words, believe these words, and help you transform your own mind. So the next one I'd like to go over is affirmation for emotional healing. I'm just going to share one with you. I release guilt and shame that never belonged to me. This is very fitting when you deal with narcissistic bosses, partners, or family members. Releasing guilt and shame that they want you to believe, but truly doesn't belong to you. And affirmations for boundaries and strengths is essential. So I'm going to share with you one as well. I protect my energy and peace. And I think I want to share one more because this is kind of important to feel and believe and build your strength. The next one I want to share with you is I do not need to explain or justify my boundaries. And finally, I'd like to go over affirmations for rebuilding trust in self. And I'm going to give you one. I trust myself to recognize healthy relationships. You can create your own affirmations that fit your situation, but just remember that narcissists are looking for broken, emotionally broken people. To either abuse or use in their favor. So heal yourself, build on yourself, work on your self-awareness so you are aware of what needs to be, polished or, evolve better, and take time for yourself. So this is something that I want to share with you all, and give it some thought. Listen back if you want to. And if you need executive coaching or life coaching, Bryght is here for you. So feel free to contact us, and we'll be happy to schedule a meeting to discuss, the opportunities to help you further on your path. This was today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the podcast to stay in the loop, and we'll meet again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.